Hey guys, it's Leanne, the Crafty Lilninja. Today I have a kind of watch me craft almost tutorial of these galaxies that I was asked to do by Tillith, also known as Isabella, on Instagram. And she wanted me to recreate her tattoo that was a Sailor Moon inspired galaxy moon crest. And so I tried 3 different backgrounds, one with pearl white, one with translucent, and then black, and this is how I did it. So I first started to just sketch some moon crest. I didn't quite like the shape, so I used some circle cutters to make them a little bit more symmetrical, and I cut out 2 different sizes to see which one would kind of fit on a wrist better, and I used, I think, the bigger one. And here are the translucent, white pearl, and black. I brought out some just different colors of Pearl-X and my pastels to try to recreate her galaxy look. So her watercolor painting is just watercolor. I thought it was a tattoo because it's so vibrant, but I guess that washed away. So I just used it as reference and used pastels and the Pearl-X, trying to recreate the same colors. And the funny thing is that I'm using the same colors for all 3, but they come out looking kind of different. So let me know in the comment section below which one is your favorite background color, the white pearl, translucent, or black. For the black clay, I didn't use any pastels because you can't really see it, so I'm only using the Pearl-X colors. Next, I'm taking my dotting tool. I made some holes at the top, and I'm using my dotting tool to sketch out her design. I think if I were to do this project again, I would not etch it out and just paint the stars and moon crest afterwards. So I'm using Anji UV resin imported from Japan, and I get it from my local craft store, Ben Franklin. And I apply it with just a old brush, and as long as the brush doesn't come into contact with UV light, so from the sun rays or the UV lamp, then it doesn't harden. And you can also just clean it with acetone. So I use this to gently brush on and make sure the resin is completely covering my piece, and then I stick it in the lamp for about 5 to 10 minutes until it's cured. And as you can see, it's super shiny, and the shimmer and all the colors are much more vibrant now. And this is why I like to use UV resin now, even though it's a lot more expensive than just using glaze. It's a one-time application, and it's way more durable. I also put UV resin on the back because you need to have full coverage in order for it to be fully durable. So if you just have UV resin on the front side, it could still potentially break. If you have it completely covered, it's way more durable. Stick that in the lamp for another 5 to 10 minutes, and you can kind of hear that it's like just, it sounds like almost like glass. It's super hard, it's super shiny, and it could get a little messy, like there could be spillage like you can see here. So what I do is I get my little file. I got this from the craft store as well, and it's in the resin section to basically sand down the resin. And so I just sand down the sides if there's any leakage, and then I take this little drill tool that was also in the resin section. It's made to make holes in actual regular resin pieces. And so what I do is I go back into the little holes I punctured earlier in my clay, and sometimes it fills up with resin, so I just use this tool and I make the holes again. And this is also so my jump rings will fit into these holes. So I do this with all my charm pieces now. So also with my kawaii stars, I resin both sides and I use this drill bit to make the holes. And so here's the finished product. I have this one on some jump rings, and this would be a good pendant size. I found out that the bigger one was a little bit too big to be as a bracelet, and since the holes are up top, it doesn't really stay as a bracelet very well, but it makes a perfect pendant size. So if anything, these three would be pendants. I really like how all three colors came out very differently. They all have different effects, and I love all three, honestly. And again, it's the same colors for the galaxy. The pinks, blues, purples, orange. They're the same Pearlex and pastel colors, but it's interesting to see how they came out differently on the different backgrounds. And so here's the small moon crest that I made. It was a lot harder to make the little stars and moon crest, but I think those are perfect for the bracelet size, and Isabella wanted it to be a bracelet, so I think she'll be using one of those two small ones. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this kind of watch me craft, a little bit of info on how I made these, and thanks to Isabella for having me make her galaxy.
What are eggs?
Eggs? That's a coconut tree. Do you see the baby?